fact, before you log in, this is most likely the page that you will see. So once you've logged in, here on this panel you will see site home. Click on site home, and site home will bring you on this page which you've seen. And so the next thing, it will be locating your subjects, then adding data to it, or rather information. So for example, let's say I teach general agriculture first year, so I'll click on that course. Then what I'll do next is scroll down to my subject. Of course, I'm able to see other people's subjects, but here we're going to collaborate and simply add data to our own subjects, add the quizzes, the notes, and so on. If you have videos for the practicals, you add. If it's the links, you add the links. So for this demonstration, I'm going to demonstrate adding notes to your subject. Let's say it's computer introduction to computers. So you've noticed already these, which looks like a pencil. So if you don't see them just the moment you click the course, do not panic. On top here you have this one, which looks like a gear. If you click on it, you must turn editing on for you to be able to see these pencils. These pencils allow you to edit your subject. Alright, so I'm going to scroll down to my subject. I'm going to click on it. So this is the subject. So what I want to add is, let's say I want to add notes. So add where it says click an activity or resource. So here, as you can see, there are a number of things you can successfully add to your subject. You can add an assignment, a chat where students can interact, a question. If you scroll down here, you can even add, here we have a quiz, lesson. If you want a survey, you can simply add a survey, workshop, and so on. So suppose I want to add notes, I can always add a book. You can add a book, and here it even tells you what a book allows you to do. And here it says, if I can read quickly, the book module enables a teacher to create a multi-page resource book-like format with the chapters and subchapters and so on. In short, it allows you to add a book-like resource. So the first thing is, what I want to add is, I say introduction. So I'll call the first book introduction, and I'll leave the description out. Save and return to course. So if we go to introduction to computers, it is there. So we just don't end here. So the next thing, it is adding information to this, meaning we have to add the chapters like a book has. So next thing is to click on introduction, wait for it to load. So add the first chapter, we'll call it, let's say we call it, we call it what is a computer. Let's say this is my first chapter. So let's say this is my first chapter. Next thing is to add whatever information on what a computer is. So for demonstration purposes, I will just simply add something quickly. suppose that is my description. Of course, in a book to have more information than this, more explanations and so on, but for demonstration purposes, this is what I'll show you. And once you are done, just click Save Changes. Of course, under Introduction, there are other topics. So here, if we click on the plus sign, you can quickly it's even showing you previous chapter what is a computer. So the next chapter title, I can say computer components. And here, this is where I'll add my information on computer components. So if I can add one sentence, and I'll add more data based on what I've entered. So once I'm done, I click Save. So if we go back to Introduction to Computers, so what you will see and what the student will see is Introduction. Once they click Introduction, they will be able to see these table of contents, let's say. So suppose you just after introduction want to add another resource, you can do so. You can decide to add, let's say you've decided that after introduction, instead of going to other units according to the way your syllabus is, you can decide to add, let's say, a quiz based on whatever they have read. So you can even, it even shows you here, quizzes may be used as course exams, as mini tests. So you just find time to read what these do, and you can click, let's say, add. So the good thing about quizzes is that, especially if they're in multiple choice or true or false, you can actually, they can get their grades after they are done. So I can say the name of the quiz, you can say Introduction to Computers Quiz 1. Or rather test 1. If you wish, you can put a description. Then you can go to timing. Timing, when the quiz will start. Let's say it starts today. And when is it end? There should be a due date. Let's say it cannot be the same day. Let's say we give them a week. Let's say maybe by 17th July. What time? 23:59. 23:59. The quiz will close. Time, since it's online, is why it will be a good thing to give them time, because if there's no time limit, they can be, it's another way of encourage them to refer somewhere and put the answers, which would defeat the whole purpose. So if the quiz, it is so much simple, you can even put it 15 depending on how you grade the quiz yourself. So when time expires, what should happen? Open attempts and submit automatically. So there are 3 things which should happen if it's time up. Open attempts, submit automatically. There's a grace period when attempts can be submitted, no more questions answered. Attempts must be submitted when time expires or they cannot be counted. Open attempts can be submitted automatically. So I will leave it there. Then grade. You come to your grade. and here you can leave it as it is. If you don't understand what it is, you can click on these question marks and it will tell you what it actually is all about. Layout. So when you're making your quiz, just make sure you click each and every one of these. Like for example, question behavior, they should shuffle in case they are writing at the same time. Maybe the first question for this one to be a different question, first question for the next one, so it's different to leave it on shuffle. Review options, this one you can leave it as it is, but of course, since it is your personalized quiz, make sure you understand everything before you are done creating the quiz. Activity completion, students can be manually marked the activity as completed, or show activity as complete when conditions are met. So for me, I can choose this one. For example, students must review the activity to complete it. Yes. Students must receive a grade to complete the activity. Require passing grade, overall attempt. So when you're done, just click save and return to course. So what we did here is we created the settings for the quiz. So the next thing to do, it would be adding the questions for the same quiz. So once you've clicked on it, click on introduction to the same quiz. After you're done putting your own settings, you can start edit quiz. Edit quiz means you can now start adding your questions. We click add. Alright. So here you can quick add your question. For example, you can say add a new question. Click add a new question, then you choose multiple choice. As you can see here, there are a lot of options. You can choose. For this question, I'll just click multiple choice, add, then question name, then choices here. You put all the required choices. When you're done, so since it's multiple choice, you have to automatically choose before you, for these question context, general feedback, you can look at them later, but let's say machine. So once you are done putting your answers, it will ask you to choose which one is correct, then you can save changes. Alright, so with this demonstration, I hope you can start adding your notes so that students can start reading through. In the next demonstration, we'll look at how to put the quizzes and the other things. So for this one, it's just simply to help you navigate and start adding some notes. Alright, we'll end here.